I want to talk about intimacy. And I'm going to say something that might sound a little bit nuts, but you can be intimate in language just without ever having physical contact. I think of this relationship with this woman that I was with, and we never even had any kind of physical contact. And we didn't like have dirty talk or anything else like that. We just talked, but we talked about things that probably weren't just trivial things. But there was this tremendous intimacy. And a lot of it was in the way in which we talked to each other. And it felt more intense than many situations in which I was physically intimate with someone. There can be a tremendous intensity just in the way you talk to someone, just in having conversation. Sometimes even in just exchanging letters with other people, and the whole way in which you relate to that person. The eye contact that you make with someone, it can be stronger, more memorable, more meaningful than physical contact. Not to say that in general that's true, but that it can be. And I've had that experience. So that if you have physical contact, it just only adds to that. I think that there are times when people think that physical things are all that there is. And they can only see physical. So they sort of don't do well in the other areas. They don't think it's important to talk to someone a certain way. They don't think it's important, the way in which you present things to people. See, I think when me and that other person, me and this other woman were together, it's the way in which we were very thoughtful in the way we interacted with each other. Not, when I say thoughtful, I don't mean analytical. Like some people think a lot and they're very analytical and that kind of stressing out type of thinking. I mean more very thoughtful in the way that you presented things to a person, the way you said things to a person. Because you wanted to put your best out there. And it wasn't a strain, it was a joy. It was always a joy to be with that person. I think about stuff like that. And I think about how it was like an art. The way we related to each other itself was like art. It was like a form of art. Sometimes a relationship can be a form of art. It can be art itself. And it requires as much creativity as painting. It requires as much creativity as making a really good poem. It's just something to think about. It's just a thought, on my mind about that. Just something I'm thinking about. Because I think about the experiences I've had like that. And that's all I have to say.